7-point lead that they had early in the first half against Washington on Sunday afternoon, and they ended up losing that game by a fairly big margin. It was so unusual to see a Minnesota club that's so veteran, so deep, so experienced on the road just completely have that game go 180 on them.
And they're going to be coming into Atlanta right now looking to redeem themselves from that loss because it was so uncharacteristic for them.
So the Dream win the opening tip, and Renee Montgomery matched up against Lindsay Whalen. Over the top to Angel, and she flips it back in. It's taken away by Minnesota. Whalen gives. Maya Moore goes baseline. Brunson feeds Whalen. Maya for three. An air ball. And Atlanta looking to run. Tiffany Hayes moves in and bumped and fouled by Brunson.
And that's exactly what Atlanta has to do the entire night. I mean, go to your strength. Tiffany Hayes is one of the best players who can get to the basket. You know, we were talking about this the other day, Bob, where her body is so resilient as much as she drives to the basket. Get those easy shots and those easy free throws and get Minnesota in trouble.
The foul was actually charged to Lindsay Whalen. And Tiffany Hayes, an outstanding free throw shooter, opens the scoring for Atlanta. Tiffany's at 90% this year so far in the early stages, and she's the best free throw shooter in Dream history at just under 80%. So Atlanta draws first blood. Here comes Minnesota. Their fifth game, third on the road. They lost at the buzzer in the opener against LA at home as they move back into the Target Center this year. Whalen a bit long, and Angels got the rebound, leaking out of Elizabeth Williams with fouls there. She rejects the shot. Had that smothered from behind. Up the wing it comes to Brunson. Fouls now in the post. Single coverage, and Whalen fumbled it out of bounds. Or they say last touch by Hayes.
And Atlanta might be upset not only because of that play, but from the previous play from Elizabeth Williams getting blocked by Sylvia Fowles. And from here, it looks like she got a lot of her arm on that, so that's why Elizabeth Williams was a little upset.
Maya Moore kicks, Brunson baseline. Angel clears to Montgomery. Renee to Breland. Angel looking to go to work now. Foul line, Elizabeth Williams. Simone Augustus. And Minnesota ties it at 2. Simone averaging 11.5 here in the early going, shooting 51% from the field. 2-2. Renee drills it.
And that's that one dribble pull-up that Renee Montgomery, is so dangerous at.
Nikki Cowan barking out the defensive instructions. She needs her team to be great in the half court tonight defensively. And this one knocked away by Tiffany Hayes. Shot clock down to 7.
And that's where the youth of this Dream team comes in at Tiffany Hayes, playing the passing lanes. They average 10 steals a game, the Atlanta Dream. So the Minnesota Lynx are going to have to be careful with their passes.
And that steals per game mark that you talk about, Tabitha, leads the league. Entry to fouls. Shot clock at 5. Maya missing the 3. Breland getting it out to Montgomery. Pretty good transition defense here at the start of the game for Minnesota. Renee rebounded by Simone Augustus. Here comes Minnesota. And they will do a lot of traveling with their early season schedule. They return to the Twin Cities tomorrow. Have a home game with Phoenix. Foul on Angel.
And that's why it's so important not to let Minnesota's post players get too deep in the paint, because once they get 2 feet deep in the paint, they're very dangerous around the rim. And looking back at the replay, she got her right there on the elbow, and that's where the foul came in at.
36-year-old Rebecca Brunson, her 15th professional season. Here's Danielle Robinson, the veteran, joining this Minnesota ball club, helping to rebuild the bench. Came in trade from Phoenix in March. Free throw is good. Minnesota and Atlanta even at 4. Mid-floor, Breland. Brunson out there to get her. Angel fires it inside, but too hot for Elizabeth to handle, out of bounds.
The pass was a little overthrown, but Elizabeth Williams did a good job cutting underneath the basket. She was wide open for that easy layup.
Danielle Robinson, 29 years old, her 7th league season. Speed to burn, pick and roll with Fowles. And Sylvia Fowles gets her first 2 of the game, coming off an incredible season a year ago. Regular season MVP, finals MVP. Angel. Sylvia takes it down and plays to Robinson. Fowles had a 20-rebound game earlier this season. Knocked away and stolen by Elizabeth on a good overplay. Now it's Montgomery coming up. Renee trying to weave through traffic. Hayes thought about the 3, pulls it back, and a bounce down to Elizabeth. Trying to do battle with Fowles in the post. Nothing available. Shot clock down to 3. And this one falls off the rim. Steal. Lay-in. Angel McCoughtry.
And that's what this Atlanta team does so well, playing the passing lanes. And we talked about them averaging those 10 steals a game a little bit earlier, but that's where their forte is. Right here, Angel McCoughtry just playing the passing lane and getting the easy layup for the Dream.
3 times Angel has led the WNBA in steals. Push shot is short. Rebound to Angel McCoughtry. And the Dream look to push. Ahead, here's Breland. Going in on Brunson. Hooks it, misses it. Fight for the rebound. Won by Maya Moore. Maya moves in on Renee Montgomery. Around the perimeter to Brunson. Robinson all the way through. Augustus. Rebound Hayes. Tiffany at the top. And Fowles, throws Elizabeth Williams down to the post. Picks up a foul and brings us to our first timeout of the game. 4:26 to go, first quarter, and a good one going here in Atlanta between Minnesota and the Dream. More coverage after this. Welcome back to Atlanta. The Lynx and the Dream. Bob Rathman, Tabitha Turner with you. And kind of a hotly contested first quarter. Neither team has shot the ball particularly well, but really getting after it here in this first period. Good ball game.
And that's exactly what we expected. I mean, at practice yesterday with the Dream, especially with Sylvia Fowles, Elizabeth Williams doing a really good job getting around Sylvia Fowles and not letting her get positioned deep inside the paint.
Join Angel, Tiffany, Renee, and the rest of the Dream all season long. You can become a Dream Elite member for the remainder of the 2018 season. Visit atlantadream.net or call 877-977-7729 for more information. Atlanta ball. Brittany Sykes is checked into the Atlanta lineup. Comes out firing and hitting.
That's
Brittany
exactly what
Sykes
Atlanta
first two.
needs. Yeah, when she gets going, I mean, it's hard to stop Brittany Sykes.
A Minnesota club that's won 4 titles in 7 seasons and missed out in the finals on 2 others. Robinson. Now to Maya Moore. Danielle's floater rolls off the rim, and Maya saves it, but it's picked off by Tiffany Hayes. 2-on-1 the other way. Brittany lays it up. Sykes comes down with it. And the break goes by the boards. Tanisha Wright is in the game now for Minnesota, number 30. Lasia Clarendon trying to drive on Moore, cannot. Up top to Breland, outside to Sykes. Tries a three. In and out. Right, another veteran. She's 34 years old. Maya, nothing but net.
And you talk about the veteranship of Minnesota, Bob, and I think that's one of their strengths is they've been playing together for so long, or they bring in those veterans where they just have this really good sense, this basketball IQ that they bring to the game.
And what they may have lost in athleticism, Tabitha, they make up for in intellect. They all know how to play. They all know how to win. And it may be one of those years where Minnesota doesn't have the spectacular one-loss record in the regular season. But once they get into the playoffs, they'll be able to do just fine.
But, you know, this Atlanta team as well, if they can find that chemistry that we alluded to earlier on in the pregame and they get going, this Atlanta team will be so dangerous because they run the floor so well. A lot of teams can't keep up with them.
The foul on Elizabeth Williams puts Sylvia Fowles at the line. And that is her third point. Elizabeth comes out, and Amani McGee Stafford comes in. Big minutes for Amani coming up at 6'7". Great size to combat some of the size of Minnesota.
Yeah, they definitely need Stafford to play big inside the post and not let Fowles get too deep into the paint and get any touches.
4 points for Sill, 10-8 Minnesota. Clarendon poked away by Fowles. Short clock here, pick and roll from the side. Lasia puts it up and in.
Smart decision by Clarendon with the pull-up right there because otherwise she would have drove straight into the trees.
Tied at 10. Late first quarter from Atlanta. Lynette Kaiser holds it at the top, gives Alexis Jones is in the game. Robinson will shoot and hit. Danielle averaging 7 off the bench for Minnesota. Makes it a 12-10 game. Hayes had notions of a three. Sykes will drive all the way through. Amani will fire, miss, but foul. And this one on Lynette Kaiser. It's her first. Angel McCautry out of the game for Atlanta. And Tabitha, you can see they are working on her just off the end of the bench here at McCamish Pavilion, stretching out those legs.
That's what happens when you go in your 30s and you play in the league. Everything tightens up. Needs stretching constantly.
Amani McGee Stafford at the line for Atlanta. Their rookie Monique Billings has come in. UCLA's all-time leading shot blocker. Coming into the action now for Atlanta. She's been averaging 10 minutes a game through the first 3 contests.
And the reason why is because, you know, Coach Collins said it best. She brings energy to this Atlanta Dream team. She's on the floor making things happen.
12-11 game. Sykes goes under. Jones an opening. Rebound tap back to her. Maya gives. Sweeping hook by Kaiser, and we've got a wedgie. First of the season.
Our first wedgie together, Bob.
Maybe the first of many. A jump ball at center court to restart the game. But I think Atlanta looks a lot better tonight here in terms of their confidence, the way they're shooting the ball than they did against Dallas here over the weekend.
Well,
and the stats are not great, 33%.
Right. But they're coming in playing in the defending champs, and so you better bring your A game. You should bring your A game every night, but they're definitely going to do it against this Minnesota Lynx team.
Atlanta with the tip. Maggie Lucas, noted three-point shooter in the ball game now for Atlanta. Here's Amani Stafford missing, and the loose ball collected by Minnesota. Kaiser brings it ahead, gives to Wright. Screens for Wright. The jumper short, tapped out. Squirts to the wing. Maya's in the corner. Robinson. Maya. And again, Minnesota takes it away. Moore with a post up against Brittany Sykes. And the Lynx are struggling. They're under 30% shooting, 4 of 15 so far. Leja's short. Robinson blocks out to get it. Push ahead to Alexis Jones for three. And that's good. 19.2. Remaining in the opening quarter. Minnesota 15 and Atlanta 11. Brittany Sykes gets into the paint, hangs, can't hit. We've got an offensive foul. And this will go against Billings, I believe, underneath.
I felt like that was a bit of a broken play for Atlanta. You look around the faces, and Coach Collin right here is telling everyone to settle down and run the plays. That's been one of the biggest issues with Atlanta, is running the plays all the way through, and Sykes tried to make something happen. And she got to the rim because that's what she does, but unfortunately there was the offensive foul with Monique Billings trying to screen for her underneath.
4 seconds for Minnesota. Robinson, oh my, fouled by Clarendon with 9/10 of a second. Fortunately, Atlanta had a foul to give.
Inadvertent foul by Clarendon. I didn't think she meant to do it because it wasn't the smartest foul.
And a steal on the pass in for Elizabeth Williams, and that will bring an end to the first quarter. Minnesota ending the first period on a 9-3 run, and they take a 4-point lead. First quarter in the books. Minnesota.
Her out on the floor, and things seem to be run very smoothly. You know, she's in control. She has a command. She has a confidence. And then she has fun. Like, she's that player that I have literally stopped tape and said, I want everyone on our team to look like this after we make a basket, because it doesn't matter who scores. She's fist pumping, she's high-fiving. If the other team is out competing against the guys in practice and we score, you can see her on the sideline cheering her teammates on. So she just brings that like positive energy to the gym every day.
And a miss for Minnesota to start this second quarter. You'll hear more from Renee Montgomery coming along at halftime. And great interview with Tabitha. Takeaway here from Maya Moore. Atlanta with its 4th turnover of the game. Moore banks and hits.
And that's where Minnesota is so dangerous. They capitalize off the turnovers. So the Dream have got to be a lot more careful on those pick and roll screens and the ball handoffs.
Danielle Robinson with her first foul. Tabitha, Atlanta's trying to find somebody to get a hot hand. 4 field goals in that first quarter, all by 4 different individuals. Angel played a grand total of 5 minutes and 34 seconds before she came out. And as you can see, not ready yet to come back in. Lucas turns it over. Back-to-back miscues, opening the door here. But Minnesota gives it right back. A minute into the second. Toss ahead to Billings, kick out to Sykes, inside to Williams, puts it up and in.
Excellent ball movement to find the open man by the Atlanta Dream. And there's 2 new players on the floor right now who made that happen, were a part of that play.
Jones goes in, and stepping in front, Elizabeth Williams with a pickoff. Clarendon. Lucas for 3. Just a little long. Saved by Tanisha Wright. Minnesota by 4. Jones driving. Up fake by Maya. That one's blocked by Atlanta. Terrific play by Elizabeth Williams.
Elizabeth Williams doing everything right on defense right now. Her hands are all over the place, getting touches and deflections, and here she is coming from the other side of the paint to block Maya Moore's shot.
Great activity. Her first block tonight. And that's a shot clock violation. Sylvia couldn't get it off in time, and the ball belongs to Atlanta. Nikki subbing in 4 players, and Angel McCautry at the top of that list. Breland's back in, Montgomery, and Hayes. Elizabeth Williams stays on the floor. Screens for Tiffany. Goes up and drew the contact.
And that's the game plan right there, Bob, is take the ball to the basket. If you're the Atlanta Dream, they've got the speed, they've got the youth in this Dream team. Then they've got Tiffany Hayes, who's one of the best free throw shooters in the league. If she doesn't make the and one, she's going to the line and will most likely knock down the free throws. That'll keep them in the game.
In the opener at Dallas, Tiffany scored 14, and she was 10 for 10 at the line in that game. Augustus comes in, Wright goes out, Whalen back in. 7:47 remaining, second quarter. Second free throw for Tiffany. All 4 of her points at that stripe, and Atlanta has cut it back to 2 at 17-15. Simone Augustus. And Maya, I believe before the shot, a reach in against Renee. First to Montgomery. It is a side out of bounds. Rebecca Brunson coming back in.
Talk to Renee Montgomery about Maya Moore's tendencies right there. Renee should have known to give her that first step, not let her beat her baseline.
Brunson missing. Elizabeth Williams rebounding, and Atlanta looking to run. Deep in the post, Breland did her work early, rewarded, and puts it in.
And Coach
First 2 for Jessica.
Coach Collins is clapping on the sideline because that's exactly what she told them yesterday in practice, what they have to do.
Fouls, easy one off the window. 6 for Sill, 19-17. Montgomery throws this one away. Turnovers mounting up for the Dream as Whalen gets into the paint. First 2 for Lindsay.
And that's what turnovers lead to, easy points at the other end. And we talked about the Dream's chemistry in the opener, where they're still trying to find that niche between each other and where to go. Renee Montgomery's pass was on point if it was a player she'd been playing with for 5 years down the line.
Elizabeth. Tough luck. And there's a steal by McCautry. She'll take the easy one and nail it.
Smart decision by the veteran McCautry. None of her teammates were back, but she was wide open 1-on-3, so she took the shot and nailed it.
21-19 Minnesota. Lindsay too long. And a loose ball foul on Atlanta. It's on McCautry. Here's Angel laying in the weeds.
Angel McCautry, she's good at this. She'll wait and lie in the wings, and she'll say, hey, let me get in there and get that ball, steal it, and knock down the easy 2-point shot.
Atlanta trailing by 2, side out of bounds for Lindsay Whalen. And the head coach of the Golden Gophers plays it in. Montgomery picks up the loose ball. McCautry going in on Simone Augustus. Double clutches and drew the foul. Her ability to score, draw the contact, end up with free throws, invaluable for this Dream team. Timeout for the Dream with 5:46 to play in the second quarter. Lynx 21, Atlanta 19. Atlanta Dream basketball presented by Coca-Cola. Live from McCamish Pavilion in Atlanta, Bob Rathman, Tabitha Turner with you. Go behind the scenes with the Dream all season long on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow @Atlanta Dream for special content including videos and photos. Now there's a couple of gents that are all over the social media scene. We're listening to audio clips of our broadcast.
They're tweeting about us right now as we speak.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. So wherever you may be on Twitter tonight, we welcome you to the ATL, where the players play. Here's Angel stepping up to the line. 67% so far this season at the stripe, and that's point number 5. Coming off her best game against Dallas over the weekend, had 19 points, 4 of 5 at the line, added 7 rebounds. So Atlanta's battled back to tie it at 21. Minnesota's biggest lead has been only 6. At one point, Atlanta led by 2. Here's Whalen. Tipped. Good hands inside tonight by the Dream. Atlanta on a 10-4 run. Jessica Breland going in on Brunson. Fouls Gibbs. Over now to Whalen. Brunson. That's a 3. Rebecca Brunson with her 4th three-pointer this season.
And Minnesota can knock down that three-point shot. The Dream have got to get out there and put a hand in their face and close out smart.
Good save by Angel. Tiffany, rainbow 3 from the corner. Whalen checks the options. Handing it over to Maya Moore, always a good one. Brunson. Nice fake. And 2 free throws coming. And this foul will go against Elizabeth, her 2nd. Nikki Cowan of the Dream trailing by 3, and the veteran Rebecca Brunson to the line. DC product, played at Georgetown. He was the 10th overall pick, and she is the only player in league history with 5 championship rings. Got 1 at Sacramento and 4 here with the Lynx. The all-time leader in this league in offensive rebounds.
We were talking about championship rings before the game. And Bob, I told you how Sylvia Fowles took my 4th one in high school playing against her.
I know. How could that happen? Montgomery missing. Big Sill, like Tabitha, the pride of Miami, Florida. 25-21 Lynx. Fouls. Brunson hands it over. Maya connects.
And that's where the offensive rebounding for Atlanta has to come in at, because Elizabeth Williams did her job down low and displaced Sylvia Fowles, but there was no one boxing out the other teammates. They got that rebound, and Maya Moore put it in.
So Atlanta's going to burn a timeout here with 3:57 left in the second. 27-21 Minnesota. We welcome you back to Atlanta with 3:57 to play in this second quarter. Minnesota leads 27-21, and we're not quite ready to restart the game. There's an official review going on at the scorers table. They are trying to check on a Minnesota shot that is either a 2 or a 3. It was ruled a 3 on the floor by Rebecca Brunson, and they're trying to see whether or not they've got enough video evidence to overturn it.
it's important to get those calls right, because you can see Rebecca Brunson's foot right here. Her toe looks like it's maybe teetering the line. But in a game that comes down, it can be so close as this one, that 1 point might make the difference in the game. So they've got to make sure they get it right now before it gets to that point.
It will stay a 3-pointer, and it'll be Jeff Smith, Don Hudson, and Jenna Schroeder, our officials here tonight. Tiffany Hayes plays it in, and here come the Dream, trailing by 6. Under 4 to go in the second quarter. Hayes in the corner. Hayes driving and laying it in.
I mean, beautiful move right there by Tiffany Hayes. She had the crossover and got straight to the basket.
27-23 Lynx. Maya Moore. Loose ball, Atlanta. And this will be on Angel.
And
that's the third.
Coach Collins not very happy because Maya Moore got away with the travel right before Angel McCotrick picked up that foul.
So Brittany Sykes will come in. And Angel is going to have to go out with those 3 personal fouls. Moore gets it into Brunson, rather to Whalen. Lindsay looking. Here comes Brunson to screen. Lindsay goes the other way. Pick and roll with fouls and knocked away by Breland. Montgomery push ahead to Sykes. That's what Atlanta wants to do right there. Active hands defensively and turn it into transition points.
Exactly. And Brittany Sykes is the right offensive player to get out on those fast breaks.
Boy, Sill just moved Elizabeth right out of the way. 29-25. And Montgomery with another turnover. That's her third.
And that's just that chemistry we were talking about. I mean, Elizabeth is rolling to the right spot. It's just about getting that pass right where it needs to be.
Moore. Elizabeth with the rebound. Sykes gives.
Nice.
Beauty.
Nice.
Tiffany Hayes with the lay-in, and Atlanta's battling back to within 2.
Great eyes by Sykes. She slowed up on the fast break and waited for Tiff Hayes to cut to the basket for that easy layup.
Dream now shooting 40% from the field. 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. Shot clock's at 4. Whalen has to launch it and hits it at the shot clock buzzer. Third 3 of the season for Whalen. She came in 2 for 9. 32-27 Lynx. Montgomery moves it down low. Elizabeth with the hook, hits it over fouls.
Beautiful patience in the post by Elizabeth Williams. She waited for the double to clear out and just got that spin around jump hook right over the 6'6" Sylvia Fowles.
Augustus to Fowles in the post. Creates space, but missed the shot. Hayes goes up. Will shoot 2. First foul on Rebecca Brunson. So this will send Hayes back to the foul line. She has put together a solid first half with 4 for 4 at the line. And that is her 9th point. We've got 1:05 left to go in the second quarter. Lynetta Kaiser coming in, fouls going out. And a second free throw for Tiffany Hayes. Nikki Collin, the Dream head coach, looking on as Atlanta continues to fight in this game. Shot the ball much better here in the second period. And doing a great job at the line. Dream are now 9 of 10 at the stripe. And Minnesota's going to take a timeout. 1:01 remaining in the second quarter, and the Lynx with a 1-point lead over Atlanta. This Dream team trying to find a way to beat Minnesota. They were 0-3 against them last year. Have lost 9 consecutive games in the season series. But they are right there with Minnesota here tonight. A little bit of a rough start shooting, but much better here in the second. And they have crept to within one, despite the fact they haven't hit a three-pointer in tonight's game. They are 0 for 6 so far. Well, coming along at halftime, you'll want to stay with us as we have a spotlight on Renee Montgomery tonight, playing for the Dream against her former club, the Minnesota Lynx, and an interview coming up with Tabitha at halftime. Of course, all the stats and highlights coming your way here at the break, with right now Minnesota leading at 32-31. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand for Atlanta. Phoenix and Connecticut to follow. Atlanta will be off until next weekend. Minnesota's going home to play Phoenix on Friday night. 32-31 is our score. And it will be Minnesota with the ball coming out of the timeout. Minnesota shooting 38%. They've won the glass by 6, 19-13. And the turnovers stand Minnesota 8, Atlanta 7. Dream doing a much better job finishing in the paint than they did against Dallas. 8 of 15 tonight. Against the Wings, they missed 33 shots in the paint. More misses. And the rebound knocked out. It's going to be Atlanta ball. .53 seconds left. Second quarter, and Renee Montgomery works it up against Danielle Robinson. Hayes goes underneath. Outside Sykes. Bumps the three off the rim. 0 for 7 on threes. Robinson. Dream will have time coming back. Augustus. Right elbow pull-up is good. Second bucket for Simone. 34-31. Shot clock off. Sykes gets the screen. Gets to the paint. Rebound Brunson. The horn sounds. It is halftime in Atlanta. So Minnesota heads to the locker room with a 3-point lead. And the Dream, buoyed by a better second quarter, fighting back after trailing by as many. -8 on the glass. Did not hit a three. They start hitting some shots. They got a great chance to pull this one out of the fire.
And you know what? Also, if they start not letting Minnesota get those second chance rebounds and second chance points, that'll take away from that category. Minnesota 21 rebounds, Atlanta 13, but we still have more points in the paint.
Angel McCoughtry will begin the third quarter here for Atlanta. She's matched up with Augustus right now as Minnesota has the ball. Maya Moore on the wing, some daylight, and nails it. Maya Moore in that first half shot 3 of 11 and was 0 for 4 on threes, but got a clean look, and the Minnesota lead is 5. Breland had a shot, gets a little closer, rolls it over the rim, and fouls, takes it away.
And I'd like to see Breland develop that little 15, 17-foot jump shot, because that's open for her every time.
Angel rebounds. Whalen, a blocking foul.
Well, we heard Renee Montgomery say it during the halftime interview. It's become a league of the floppists when it comes to acting. And right there, Whalen acted just a little bit but fell a little too slow. Angel from the foul line.
Sylvia fouls, another rebound for Minnesota. It's her 8th of the game. It's been a half-court grinder for the most part tonight, despite the fact that Atlanta wants to speed the tempo. Maya Moore. Fouled, shooting an air ball. No shot, says Don Hudson, and the foul will be on Tiffany Hayes.
And Tiff Hayes is kind of looking a little bewildered right there because she felt like she got bumped getting through that screen on defense. And right here, Tiffany Hayes doing a relatively good job of defense right there, but Maya Moore leaning in the shoulder just a little bit. The call could have gone either way. Tough one for the refs to see.
Augustus takes a peek, short clock. Angel went down. The shot rolls in. Augustus now with 6. Elizabeth Williams moves in and 1. Great move, and drew the foul on Brunson.
I love the energy, the effort I'm seeing from Elizabeth Williams tonight. I mean, not only is she giving it to you on the defensive end, playing Sylvia fouls so well, but she's going hard tonight at fouls in the paint. She is not backing down. You see her right here. She dribbled all the way from the three-point line, crossed over Brunson, and went straight at the rim.
Free throw popping out. It remains a 5-point game, 38-33. Moore. And that is a three-pointer for Maya, putting her at 11 for the game, and Minnesota has its biggest lead at 8. Angel trying to come right back, gets inside, slipped and fell. Shot is short. Maya Moore fouled in transition by Tiffany Hayes.
And Tiffany Hayes took that foul to slow Minnesota down. They were down a man. It was 5-on-4. So a smart foul by Hayes right there to slow Minnesota's down in transition.
Inside, Sylvia, and a foul. And the Dream bench erupts. They thought it was a travel on Sylvia before the contact. And that'll be the 3rd foul on Elizabeth Williams.
And that's crucial because Elizabeth Williams has been playing Sylvia fouls very well in the paint. Kind of altering her shot just a little bit. We see here what happens when you let Sylvia fouls get 2 feet in the paint. She stutter stepped just a little bit in there. And Coach Collin is pleading her case to the refs right now, literally spinning in a circle, saying that's what she did. She ran around in a circle and traveled.
9 points for Sylvia. 42-33 Minnesota, 9 and 8 for the remarkable Sylvia Fowles. Here's Breland, and that's good.
And that's the shot I want to see from Jessica Breland. Not passing it up each and every time, but taking that 17-foot jump shot that's open.
Fowles leaves it short. Run out for Tiff Hayes. Here comes Atlanta. Minnesota's done a nice job tonight, Tabitha, in their transition defense.
Yep, they have.
Atlanta, despite the emphasis on the running game, had only 4 fast break points at halftime. Lynx come the other way. Whalen keeps that dribble low, now rises, fires, misses. Still on the back of Williams, had it stripped. Powers up, no good. Tough D inside by Atlanta.
And Angel McCoughtry helped Elizabeth Williams out right there, not wanting her to pick up her 4th foul.
Breland with a rhythm bounce, in and out. Mike Kingdom for an outside jump shot.
I mean, Atlanta cannot find the bottom of the rim right now. Every shot's just rimming in and out.
Dream 2 of 7 in the period. Elbow jumper, Augustus. And Atlanta rebounds with Breland. Renee Montgomery Puts up the jumper and hits it. Second bucket for Renee Montgomery. Timeout, Minnesota.
Beautiful play.
6:01 to go in the third period. And Renee Montgomery nailing that jump shot.
Gotta find a way to get going for this Atlanta team, because that's the star they need to get going to combat a championship team like Minnesota.
Angel's going to get a quick breather. Brittany Sykes has come in to take her place. Of course, all this wealth of experience from Minnesota. They know how to play this game, and even in a rather slow-paced affair, the experience factor is just tremendous. And when you've got Maya Moore to hit outside shots, makes it a little bit easier.
And Atlanta's got to be careful with Maya Moore. She hit her first 2 shots coming back into this second half at the start. We don't want to get her hot.
Robinson turns the corner. Corner 3 for Brunson. That's good. Rebecca Brunson. Well-designed play out of the timeout by Minnesota. 44-37. Hayes, a long one. And Atlanta still looking for its first 3-point shot of the night. Maya rises up. Sykes the other way for Atlanta. Renee Montgomery. There it is, first 3.
Beautiful, good look by Brittany Sykes to find Renee Montgomery wide open for that corner 3.
And that cuts the Minnesota lead to 4. Post up for Kaiser, and Kaiser puts it in. Lynetta Kaiser's first field goal, 46-40 Minnesota. Sykes. Brittany with a pull-up inside the line, swish! And now they dream of it 2 in a row, and they're getting some confidence. 46-42. Augustus.
And this Minnesota team is visibly winded. This is where the Dream have got to go, go, go. Push the ball down their throats. They're tired, they're winded.
Tiffany Hayes. Here's Breland, head down driving. Nice bounce pass, and Elizabeth lays it in.
And this is where their chemistry is starting to come into play. They're starting to find each other, know where they are off the ball.
46-42, Maya on the wing, gets a Brunson screen, drives in, kicks, Augustus fires, that's good. From 3, Simone Augustus.
It's a dagger by Simone Augustus right there.
Sykes blows through, gets fouled. This foul on Simone Augustus, her first. And look at the good play underneath Jessica Breland and Elizabeth Williams.
And Tiff Hayes finds Jessica Breland. She stutter steps and finds Williams right underneath the paint. And you know what? These are 2 players. This is their first year playing together. And that's that chemistry we were talking about earlier, Bob. When they start to find each other, they can get that rhythm and get going.
Robinson's in right. Augustus stays in. Right now, Minnesota playing fouls and Kaiser together inside. Here's Sykes going up. Tough shot. Contested under the rim. Rebound, Minnesota. Open is Augustus, and good again. Simone Augustus. Back-to-back threes, and Minnesota takes the lead to 8. And this one behind Sykes and out of bounds.
And just a miscommunication there between Imani McGee-Stafford and Brittany Sykes. Brittany Sykes kind of did the fake back door, and Stafford was ready to deliver the pass, but you know what? She wasn't there anymore.
52-44. And Sykes whistled for the foul.
And And Simone Augustus, I mean, she's a veteran. She's just using her body the way she knows how to use her body. She literally went in between two Atlanta Dream defenders and used her player as a screen and baited Sykes with that foul.
Simone gets it into fouls. Hand off to Robinson. And a turnover. And a foul in transition by Wright to stop the break. Tanisha's first.
Smart foul by Wright because, you know what, Atlanta was off to the races, and that was going to be an easy layup for Tiffany Hayes. We see right here, Sykes helped with that just a little bit, but the quick hands by Tiffany Hayes to get that steal. That's what Atlanta does best, averaging those 10 steals a game. The pickpockets.
McGee Stafford. Clarendon. 2.5 to go, third quarter. And a hold on the cut. Hayes was held. And this one's on Wright, her second foul.
And Jessica Breland just has really good court vision. I mean, she looks up when she gets the ball and looks for the cutter. And Tiffany Hayes is one of those players where she's going to cut back door if you have the ball. So look for her every single time.
Both teams in the penalty, so 1+ for Tiffany Hayes here. And she has done a lot of damage at that foul line tonight. She is a perfect 6 of 6. Now Tiffany coming up to that line. She hit a 3 against Dallas over the weekend, her 200th of her WNBA career. Angel McCoughtry is the all-time franchise leader with 213. Angel waits to re-enter. Not a ton of minutes tonight for McCoughtry. Some apparent leg cramps early cost her some playing time. A little bit of foul trouble. 52-46. Kaiser.
And
second bucket.
We've seen Minnesota's bigs be able to shoot some nice outside shots, and that's dangerous.
No basket. Tiffany Hayes 3 goes for naught, an illegal screen on McGee Stafford. Oh, that hurts.
That does hurt. Hayes is not happy about that. And neither is head coach Nikki Collins. She's debating the case right now where you're going to call it on one end, you got to call it on the other. And I think McGee Stafford was mostly just trying to get out of the way.
And the bench erupts again as there's a ton of contact in the lane, and Maya Moore hits that jump shot.
And that's the frustrating part about missed calls, that they lead to points for the other team.
Good save by Hayes. Off the screen, looks to drive. Clarendon on the wing. Leja gives it up. Hayes for 3. Not this time. Touch long. Amani Stafford goes up, and a travel. Now this came after the illegal screen call. And Nikki still pleading her case. You'll see inside Hayes just got knocked over there by fouls. That was deemed a play on. And Maya Moore hit that little floater. Robinson fouls, jumping. Breland boards. We're down to 1:08 in the third. A lot of contact. Here's Clarendon. Out to Sykes. Can't shake Maya Moore. Shot clock at 12. Now gets a screen. Corner 3 for Hayes.
Excellent extra pass by the rookie Brittany Sykes. She saw the two Minnesota defenders collapse on her and got it out to Hayes in the corner for the open three-point shot.
Right. Kaiser rejected by Breland. Toss ahead to Sykes. Carries it up. No good, and a foul on Minnesota. A blocking foul on Wright.
Brittany Sykes was a little upset at first because she thought the ref missed the call. It was a bit of a late call, but I think she's also frustrated in herself for missing that layup because it should have been an and one.
First time to the line tonight for Brittany Sykes, 73% shooter. Brittany has scored 6 tonight. Big free throws here with 34 seconds left in the third period. And the first, no good. Atlanta now 11 of 14 at the line. Elizabeth and Monique Billings coming in for the Dream. Good minutes from Jessica Breland. She's played a solid game. Second free throw for Sykes.
And speaking of Breland, she had that block on the other end that led to the outlet pass to Brittany Sykes down here and got her to the free throw line.
Kaiser plays it underneath. The Dream break it up, and the Lynx knock it out of bounds.
And the Dream have scouted that backdoor pass to Sylvia Fowles over the top, and they've been all over it.
Shot clock is off. The Dream, it's such a crucial possession here because Atlanta's going to get the ball to start the fourth quarter. They could score here and then score again. Game on in Atlanta. Hayes, 4 seconds, 3. Tiffany with space, too strong off the window. And the quarter comes to an end. So Atlanta will have to settle with a 6-point deficit through 3. We're at the end of the third quarter of Dream basketball.
Going to be needed in this fourth quarter.
So the scoreboard shows 56-50, so I'm assuming that they changed neither one of them. And that is the report from the scorers table.
Well, right here, the Dream have got to make a run, get a score, and on the other end, get a stop.
(56-50) Lynx. Clarendon. Sykes. Angel fumbles, recovers, 7 to shoot, 6. Jumper, got it.
And hopefully that can get her going right now. They need this Olympian to get going for this Atlanta Dream team and score some points.
And Dream fans over the last decade know she is capable of exploding at any time. Taken away, Sykes, great hustle. Just a simple bounce pass. Boy, Tanisha Wright's really struggling here. 56-52. Here's Clarendon. Good! It's a 2-point game.
And this is the run that Atlanta needed to get back into this game and gain the momentum back in their favor.
56-54 Lynx. We've played a minute in the fourth quarter. Wright recovers. Maya Moore firing and hitting a 3. Boy, the one person you cannot leave open from 3 is Maya Moore. 59-54, Sykes can't get it back. Rebound tip, heart of the lane rebound from Maya. Robinson up the wing. Kaiser, that's good. Boy, she drills another one. He's been big here in the second half. Billings. Angel with a turnaround. Georgia's own credit union. Third quarter summary, 56-50. Atlanta trailed by 6 at the end of the period. Maya with 13. Tiffany Hayes 15 to lead the Dream. Now it's 61-54. Trying to capitalize on the Minnesota turnover as Clarendon works off the screen. Shot clock at 7. Angel trying to make it happen. In double figures with 10. 61-56.
There's a lot of body contact on that layup. I felt like that could have been an and one.
Augustus has the rookie in a switch. Lob inside, the fouls, lays it in.
That was a part of the game plan, is not letting fouls get too deep into the paint, because when she does and gets 2 feet in, she's hard to stop underneath that rim.
Double-double for Sill, 11 and 12. McCautry fouled. And I think this is a wise move. Put the ball in Angel's hands and let her try to create. She's either going to score or get fouled.
Right. One of the two.
So 2 free throws for Angel McCautry. The foul on Brunson, and this one rims out. 3rd foul on Rebecca. Breland and Montgomery come in. Clarendon and Billings head out.
And we see Angel talking to everyone new that just came in the game, and I think that's what the staff wants for the Atlanta Dream, is her to take over and take control, lead this team.
11 for Angel. Dream within 6. Augustus. Brunson on a handoff to Robinson. Right. Shot clock at 7. Augustus with daylight. Montgomery rebounds. Nikki Collin wants her dream team to run, and we've got an illegal screen on Atlanta's Jessica Breland. Stuck her hip out. And yeah, it was an illegal screen, but to your point earlier, Tabitha, if you're going to call it on one end, the Dream would love it to be called at the other.
Yeah, and it's definitely been on both ends, and it was barely a foul. I mean, Jessica Breland might have got her with the slip of her shorts. But like you said, call it on one end, call it on the other, so these players know what to expect.
Knocked away by Angel. 16 on the shot clock. .16 on the shot clock. Whalen to Augustus to Brunson. Tripped.
That's not
and
a foul.
The foul's going to be called on Atlanta, but they really didn't foul. Brunson got her foot hung up on the calf, I believe, of McCautry.
And we saw the whole thing right here. That was definitely not an Atlanta foul. And I get it. It's hard for the refs sometimes to see from every angle, but that was a missed call right there. And a foul in Atlanta that shouldn't be.
4th on Angel. Meyer from 15. That little pump fake got her the daylight she needed, and she's up to 18. Minnesota leads 65-57. Sykes for 3. Angel scoops it back in. Elizabeth retrieves. Shot clock reset to 14. Montgomery fouled, and 3 free throws coming. The foul on Whalen, and we have come to a timeout. 5:51 to play, 4th quarter. Minnesota keeping Atlanta at arm's length. 65-57 Lynx. Our 4th quarter continues from Atlanta, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Minnesota leading Atlanta 65-57. You have a child 18 or under, we'll sign them up for the Junior Dream Camps for just $25 rather. Your kid will receive a ticket to all remaining Dream games and a Junior Dream t-shirt. Great offer. See some great WNBA basketball this summer, and a wonderful deal like that young man right there. And take those Thunder Sticks home, young fella, and show mom and dad how they work. Wait till about 10, 11 o'clock tonight.
Their parents will come back and be like, please take them back.
First of 3 big free throws here by Renee Montgomery. Her 8th point. First time she's been to the line tonight. That's 2. 1 to go to cut it to 5.
And these are crucial points because the clock is stopped, but you're cutting into that lead.
Got them all. Lindsay Whalen. Augustus jammed up, knocked away by Angel. Still a loose ball, and finally a whistle, and they're gonna call a kick ball.
And that's so deflating because Angel McCautry has lived by pickpocketing people and getting on the floor, and you gotta reward that defensive effort at some point. And right here we see her getting on the floor, diving to the ball. You reward the player.
Oh, please.
Who
That's
has
a
the
kick
momentum.
ball. Oh, come on. Oh, Big Sill just clearing out everybody. Still the dream taken away. Cross court, Angel gets in the paint, runner short. Rebound to Brunson. Whalen brings it up for Minnesota. They play through fouls on the cut. Lay in good by Whalen. And a foul on Atlanta.
And that was just Minnesota playing smart basketball. When the game was ramped up, they settled down. Lindsay Whalen cut to the basket when it mattered most and got that easy layup and drew the foul on Tiffany Hayes.
3-point play opportunity for the 36-year-old point guard of the Lynx. And she puts it in. And again, Atlanta tries to get close, and Minnesota comes up with a big play. 68-60. Mark of a champion. Here's Montgomery. Smothered on the baseline. Gets rid of it. Breland. Outside. Hayes for 3. In and out and gets down.
And that's how you respond to a bad call. Tiffany Hayes didn't like the call on this end when she got the foul for the and one, but she came back to the other end and knocked down the wide open 3-point shot.
68-63 Minnesota. Sylvia. Just unstoppable in that low post.
Boss move by Sylvia Fowles in the paint.
Angel. Doubled. Williams, down to Breland. Back, and a beautiful pass to Tiffany Hayes.
Jessica Breland has had really good eyesight down there in the post with that high-low game. She's found some players underneath the basket that I wouldn't have even seen from a mile away.
Whalen drives again. Not this time. Rebound Breland. Angel tried to toss it ahead to Elizabeth, and there to pick it off is Brunson. Costly turnover with 3:40 left. Poked away by Angel. They get it back to her. She will take it up and lay it home. So Atlanta gets the turnover back and cuts it to 3. 3:20 left. Lots of screening action here for Minnesota. Whalen will jump it and miss it. And the rebound. Fowles has it in the lane. Gives to Augustus. No good. Rebound to Tiffany Hayes with Whalen back. 3-on-1 Atlanta. On the side, Whalen breaks it up. Amazing play. Stopped a 3-on-1 break. 70-67 Lynx. 2:45 to play. And that is going to be a foul on Atlanta.
And Tiff Hayes a little shaken up on the play.
And a timeout for Minnesota. 2:41 remaining. Lynx by 3. Fourth quarter continues, brought to you by Coca-Cola. 3-point game, 2:41 left. Minnesota leads Atlanta. The Dream continue their homestand on Sunday, June the 3rd, 3 o'clock against Phoenix. The league's all-time leading scorer, Diana Taurasi. You can get those tickets online tonight at atlantadream.net or call 877-977-7729 to be in the building for a key early season matchup. Minnesota basketball after the timeout. Maya Moore triggers to Sylvia Fowles. Robinson turns a corner, gets inside, and a slap down by Angel.
And Angel McCoughtry is visibly bothered by this call, saying that Robinson drove by her and she didn't touch her.
5 on Angel. And Danielle Robinson, 2 free throws, 89% there this year. Correction on Angel's fouls, that's 4.
Thank goodness.
2:38 left. Second free throw for Danielle. Former Oklahoma Sooner star. Robinson with 4, 72-67. 5-point ball game with Montgomery taking it over the timeline. 2.5 to play. Hayes, an open look for 3. Elizabeth Williams, the offensive rebound. In on Sill. Kicks it out. Breland's jumper. Good! And Atlanta gets a second chance basket to cut it to 3.
I love Jessica Breland taking that 15 to 17-foot jump shot. If they're going to leave her open, pull up and shoot it. Don't go in there amongst the trees.
Minnesota spreads the floor. Robinson lost the dribble, but controls and gives to Fowles. 2 minutes to play. Danielle. Jumper Brunson. Good. 11 for Rebecca Brunson. 74-69 Lynx. Hayes. Angel. Breland. And it drops. Jessica with 8. Getting to the point in the game, Tabitha, where Atlanta's got to mix in a stop.
Yeah, they need a stop right here. They can't keep trading baskets with Minnesota.
Down to 1:30 to play. Underneath, Fowles going up. And that is a travel on Sylvia Fowles. Well, they got the stop via a turnover.
And that's the call Atlanta has been screaming about all game. They've said it about Fowles. They said it about Brunson, that there's been several travels in the paint. And the ref made the call down here just now. And we see Sylvia Fowles get the ball and kind of stutter step with that right foot and move the left one at the same time.
Montgomery against Whalen. Handoff to Angel. Drives in, spins, shoots, misses. And now a timeout for Minnesota with 1:04 left.
And this is where Minnesota is going to come up with a play to try to get a score right here to lengthen or widen that lead from the Dream. And the Dream conversely have to find a way to get a stop on this Minnesota team and not let them score again, because they can't keep trading baskets and try to get back and win this game.
Let's take a look at that last Atlanta play, Tabitha. Angel on the dribble handoff, gets to the middle of Brunson right there.
And right here, Angel McCoughtry is usually so well with her body control, but right there I didn't think she took the best shot that she could have taken right there. I think she kind of fell away and kind of just missed the mark right there, and they need a better, more smart shot for
and
the
it
Dream
looked
right
like
now.
on that replay that Brunson hit her on the arm. At least Angel was saying that. The replay certainly seemed to bear that out.
Yeah, because that is a weird play for Angel McCoughtry to... Oh, there it is right there. She did get hit on the arm. She did.
Just a little touch of the elbow is all it takes. But Atlanta denied. Now they're back in the same position. They've got to stop Minnesota on this possession.
And it's doable. They've been doing it all game. They've been playing Minnesota especially well in the post. But the good thing that Minnesota does, because they've been playing so well together for so long, is they know where to find each other and know where to pass the ball and where the open man is going to be at.
74-71 Lynx. Maya holds it. Brunson 10 to shoot. Maya Moore, and it's stuck. A jump at mid-floor.
2 wedges. Same night.
New record.
New record.
48.2 left, and you go back to the beginning of the game, and Sylvia Fowles didn't even try for the jump. She'll be trying for this one against Elizabeth Williams. This is a big possession right here.
Huge.
And the tip belongs to Montgomery. Rolls up Whalen, and I think they called another jump. 45.4.
And you see Montgomery right there stretching, getting ready to try and get up over Whalen.
Minnesota has a foul to give. Plenty of timeouts both ways. If Montgomery can get up, got a little pocket between Breland and Williams. The tip, though, belongs to Atlanta. Montgomery breaks it up. Dream down 3, take a timeout.
Smart timeout. Smart timeout right here for the Atlanta Dream to call a play. Down by 3 points with 38 seconds left. Plenty of time on the clock. But I think they might go for that 3.
It has been a shot where they have struggled from distance. Atlanta 3 of 16 from three-point land tonight. Let's take a look at those jumps. First one, you had Elizabeth Williams and Sylvia Fowles.
A little more of an even contest here.
And there's Montgomery jumping in and ripping that thing away from Whalen. Then Lindsay fell over to tie it up. And then you had Montgomery and Whalen. And you see the little gap there between Elizabeth and Breland. That's where the Dream are hoping it would go. But watch Angel. Watch Angel. 35 on the right. Just tips it right there to Breland. That got him the ball, and now Nikki Collin designing what she hopes will be a successful play here with her team down by 3, 38.4 left. And if you've watched Angel McCoughtry over the years, you know these are the big moments that she loves. Tiffany Hayes will be getting the ball in. 19 to shoot, 38.4 left in the game. Renee Montgomery at mid-floor. Robinson defending. On the wing, here's Angel. Maya defending. Little pull-up. And it rolls in.
Beautiful.
15 for Angel, a big fourth quarter. Timeout, Minnesota.
And that says something about Nikki Collins' trust in Angel McCoughtry. She hasn't been shooting the best tonight, but she trusted her right now with 30 seconds left on the clock to do that little pull-up J that she's missed all night. And you see right here, Angel McCoughtry gets the ball, splits to the middle and pulls up right there, gets the lucky bounce and the lucky roll for Atlanta, down by 1 here with 29.5 seconds left.
Now, even if Minnesota runs this thing down to the end of the clock, Atlanta will have some time coming back. The Dream, however, are in the penalty. Minnesota has a foul to give. The Lynx have a 20-second timeout left. Atlanta has 2 20s remaining. Minnesota advancing the ball here inside the last 2 minutes. And Simone Augustus will be playing it in. Simone to Robinson. .18 on the shot clock. Brunson going up and blocked by Breland. Atlanta can pull it out. Timeout Atlanta. What a play by the Dream.
And Jessica Breland has made those blocks and plays all night long. She's gotten deflections here and there. She's gotten blocks and rebounds all over the place. And it's coming in handy when the Dream need it most. And Jessica Breland kind of missed the first step by Brunson, but recovered and got the block. And that's when Atlanta was able to call that timeout before the fast break happened.
Now the question, Atlanta would have to take another timeout to advance the basketball. .8 left. The shot clock is off. Nicky's going to hang out of that last timeout. Atlanta with a chance to win it. Down by 1. They've lost 9 straight to Minnesota. Here's Montgomery. Now Angel to the corner. 5 seconds. 4. Angel for the win. Good!
Amazing. Amazing by Angel McCoughtry. She has not been shooting the best all game, but she's hit the last 2 shots when it mattered the most for this Atlanta Dream team.
And it's just the 4th three-pointer the Dream have hit tonight. It's the first one for Angel, and she has scored 12 points in the 4th quarter. We have seen this before. Now, one more look.
We know that she can go off at any minute, anytime. The Olympian off the screen using her body. She kicks it out because she didn't have the shot, but you know what Hayes said? Look, get that ball right back. Hit that 3 for this team. Angel McCoughtry doing it for the Dream here in the 4th quarter.
Minnesota using its final timeout to advance the basketball. Atlanta with a 2-point lead, 1.5 left. 2 to tie, 3 to win for Minnesota. Atlanta defending everywhere. So many great shooters. Let's see how Minnesota plays it. Whalen to trigger. They are looking. Lindsay fires it. Maya gets it up. No good! Atlanta wins it. The Atlanta Dream finish on a 13-4 run, and Angel McCoughtry wins it with a 3-pointer with 1.5, and the happiest lady in Atlanta is Nikki Collins. How about that? Maya Moore had one more shot at it. And the shot fell off the side of the rim, and that will do it from Georgia Tech. More coverage, stay with us. Dream 76, Minnesota 74. One more time.